When did he ask Merrick Garland to go after someone? Trump sent a DM to Pam Bondi. This is unprecedented.
Biden issued a ton of
Donald Trump on his
orders.
first day issued a historic amount, and since then he has been subverting Congress. The first prosecutor, Eric Siebert, didn't want to do it, so Trump forced him out. I love watching the conservatives. Listen, I love watching the conservatives on this panel dodge and weave with zero evidence whatsoever.
Let's hop into a CNN panel with Adam Mockler shutting down Scott Jennings and MAGA on their political weaponization under Donald Trump as they target Democrat after Democrat. So take a moment, leave us a like on the video. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. That's the best way to help us, and it's free. And let's get right to the content.
When did he ask Merrick Garland to go after someone? Trump sent a DM to Pam Bondi. This is unprecedented.
The Merrick Garland who sent the parental rights memo that basically demonized
and Biden asked him to do that when did Biden?
Meetings.
I'm going to ask you a simple question. When did Biden ask him to do that?
Garland collaborated with Biden to send that memo
ask him to do that?
Weaponizing the FBI and law enforcement.
Garland collaborated with Biden.
With the Biden administration, yes.
Okay.
That was their policy.
Garland collaborated
it was the
with
administration's
Biden.
policy.
And I think that Adam's question, and it's a question I guess apparently this comes up on the show every other day, is where is the evidence that that was directed by the White House? Where's the evidence that it was directed? I'm going to.
I want to be very clear here. There is not any evidence of weaponization from the Democrats. There never was. And no matter how much these clowns cry, there never will be, because it did not happen. Which is why when you ask them very clearly, you get batshit examples like what this lady just said, Michael Coangelo, and literally no actual evidence. You just get conjecture or conspiracy, because to MAGA, that's apparently evidence. And, you know, they just can't cope that their cult leader they look up to and follow is a criminal rapist. Trump is showing us what actual weaponization of the DOJ looks like. If you needed any further example of how insane these people were the last 2 years saying that Trump was the one being targeted, and there's just no comparison with any recent administration, especially not Biden, as I mean, these people like hand wave Trump actually doing weaponization of the DOJ, but we're supposed to believe that they cared last time. They just look more and more pathetic by their inability to let it go.
We are talking about Donald Trump's role in directing his attorney general about who to prosecute. That's what we're talking about.
Who then has to go to a grand jury and present evidence and go through the process like everybody else in this country.
But the first prosecutor, Eric Siebert, didn't want to do it, so Trump forced him out. I love watching the conservatives. Listen, I love watching the conservatives on this panel dodge and weave with zero evidence whatsoever of any weaponization. I've asked you this multiple times, and you have no evidence, yet Donald Trump tried to send Pam Bondi a DM. This should be embarrassing that you are defending the President of the United States as he is directly asking.
Right, it's funny that he says it when it's a Democrat, but he had such a big problem. He cried about it every night when it was Donald Trump going through the process. I wonder what's changed. Here's the truth, right? Any of these clowns who aren't on their knees daily begging us for literal forgiveness for voting in the exact kind of monster they pretended to hate and cry about daily for the last 2 years, and who aren't actively daily with the exact same vigor that they had for Biden, now calling out and sounding off against this weaponization from Trump and denouncing him in every single comment, thing they say, post they make, they deserve no respect. They're the scum of the earth. They should never be taken seriously. Never treat them as if they're in good faith. It's whatever way the wind blows to do Republicans good and Democrats bad for these people. And that's before we even get into the Trump administration violating the Constitution, doing authoritarianism, ruining our economy, failing to end wars, and more of which they pretended to be vehemently against when they could do Democrats bad with it.
It was ruling the executive order.
If you want to talk about rule by executive order, Biden issued a ton of
Donald Trump on his first day issued a historic amount, and since then he has been subverting Congress. He appointed Elon Musk in this special position, and it seems like they were subverting the power of the purse the entire time. At the end of the day, Congress has been Donald Trump has been stomping on them, not even paying attention to them. He has absolutely been consolidating power by appointing loyalists into key positions across agencies, and then those agencies, I mean,
let's talk about who's setting precedent.
The President of the United States appointed people who support his agenda to place in the federal government?
Are you telling me that you're okay with Donald Trump Trump asking Pam Bondi directly. It was supposed to be a DM, and he accidentally posted it. Don't just come on now. This is unprecedented.
All presidents appoint their supporters and the people who support their agenda.
Do they ask their supporters to indict 3 people, and then 2 of those 3 people are then indicted?
No, presidents don't just appoint loyalists. Most presidents appoint the person they feel is best or most qualified for the job. Lots of time it's through recommendation, not from loyalty. They often don't even know the person, and many presidents, like Kamala Harris, pledged to, will actually put members of the other party within their cabinet or moderate members within their own party, right? Presidents definitely don't have a history of firing civil servants and replacing them with loyalists, firing prosecutors and replacing them with loyalists, firing the prosecutors simply for not prosecuting a case of your political enemy that you want to prosecute it, and then, putting in your personal lawyer. There's literally no precedence for any of that. All of that is insane, especially not the bringing in of your donor, your $250 million donor, Elon Musk, into the government without facing Senate confirmation, giving him our sensitive data, him creating a panel of loyalists himself, like that big balls Nazi kid, right? It's sheer insanity that you can not point to a single comparison throughout history of, but these clowns will just defend anything from their side. So they have to not normalize it now to where every president does something like that. They only care because it's Trump. Maybe Trump's even doing it a little worse, but everybody does it. No, nobody does it. This is on you guys, right? You can't only take accountability when you're going to go but the other side. This is like, it's a sport to these people.